So what you don't know is that I haven't sat in front of a camera in like 2.5 months. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Deja and this is the Heritage and Home Crochet Podcast, and I'm so happy to be here with you today. So in today's podcast, I am going to share with you just some little progress update, just some things I have been working on, some concepts I've been throwing around in my mind, and just what I have been up to in this a little bit of time, plus a couple of items that are a bit new to me and things that I have been loving this month. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So in today's video, I thought I'd do a little something different. Of course, we're gonna chit chat, but in this video, I really want it to be in a sense, interactive. So I have a project that I have been working on here. Y'all have seen it. It's this beautiful pea green. It looks like, yeah, it's a little darker than pea, sage green sweater that I have been working on, and I've got quite a bit of progress done on it, and I'm almost done. I have just been a little bit stuck. So anyways, I have this, and I'm working on it. I'll update you on it, but in the meantime, I'm gonna work on it while I chit chat with you today. So please grab your project that you are currently working on, one of your beautiful whips, and grab a cup of tea, and let's get started into the video. So I mentioned that I wanted to crochet and be interactive with you in this video, but also on top of that, I wanted to share a couple of things I have been loving this month, as well as just some new kind of up and coming things that I've been musing and thinking about, and things that I want to work on. I'm really trying to get into the business side of having a crochet business. I must admit that that is an element of crocheting or owning a business that's very difficult for me, is the tedious part, the organized part, the paperwork part, the part of it that is literally business. If I could have a partner that does all of that type of stuff and allowed me to just have creative freedom with everything else, I would be so happy. Alas, I do not have that, and I am a one-woman show here. So I'm really working on that. This is a new challenge for me, but it's something that I'm excited about, and it's something that I want to continue to do. So I'm definitely going to continue to exert myself in that way so that I can be successful. I have been taking it upon myself to do some research. And so what I've done is look through some of the Instagram accounts of people that I like to follow, who are, you know, have some notoriety in the crochet community and just in the fiber arts community, and scrolled all the way down to their very first post and saw, and I just started to like take notes and just kind of figured out how they started and how they slowly started to add in elements. And those are the types of things that I have to do to make myself feel like I can do it, you know, because I don't know about you guys, but I definitely have a case of fear of failure. And because crochet is something that's very near and dear to my heart, it's something very precious to me, it's very hard for me to share it with people who I know are not crochet enthusiasts. It's hard for me. So what I have done is I have taken a step, and I'm very proud of myself because I have not had an Instagram account for, well, actually I would say I haven't been active on Instagram for probably 5 or 6 years, maybe more like 5 years. Yeah, I haven't been active on Instagram, and social media is just a very large animal to me, and I would much rather prefer to deal with people on an individual basis, or in somewhere like a group of 6 or less. That is the way I like to deal with other human beings. And you know, I'm not gonna get into how I feel about social media because, you know, let's just say I'm not a huge fan. I feel like it erodes interpersonal communication skills. But in this day and age, it is a necessary evil to be able to have a marketable business and one that you want to be successful. So I did take a step and I got an Instagram, and it's called, I believe it's Heritage Home Crochet, heritage.home.crochet. I will put a link to it underneath this video, and I would love it if you guys would go and follow my channel. Or not my channel, but follow my Instagram account, and I am going to officially link it to this channel so that you guys can find me on there and you can start following me. As of yet, I have not posted anything. I wanted to post something. Well, I do have a profile picture, and it is something that I made, but I don't have any really nice photography pictures, which I know it's not about that, but that's what I want. It's, you know, for me, it's about quality and a product and a service that people feel like is reputable and something that is of quality. So I don't have any really nice photos yet of anything that I've taken, I've created, but I do have some nice photos of my traveler sweater, the Colorwork traveler sweater by Brianna K. But I don't want to post something that I didn't create. You know, I don't want to post someone else's creation and off of that, because that's someone's first impression of who you are. So I definitely have some work to do on Instagram, so I'll be working on that. But in the meantime, while everything is under construction, please feel free to come and follow me and you know, support my first posts. I've been musing about what that's going to be, maybe an introductory post and just an introduction to my business and what I want it to be all about. I'm still really trying to get this business off the ground, but it's just very hard when you're not someone who's very good at executing things in that way and being very like task oriented, like organized, like a person who likes spreadsheets and that type of thing. I'm really not like that. So that's something that really, like I said, has continued to be a struggle for me, but I'm not going to give up. Another challenge that I've run into is needing capital. As you know, I haven't been working for the last little bit. Oh, that's another thing. Like I said in the opening of this, I haven't made a video in like 2.5 months. So the video that I just put out about 2 weeks ago, I actually filmed that like in the last part of February. So I haven't been working for about 2.5 months now. Two months. I finished my job on March 4th, so it's been almost 2 months. Like, I guess 7 weeks, somewhere around there. 8 weeks or 6 weeks. I don't know. It feels like 2 months. And so because of that, there are things that you actually need that are very essential for a business. And my husband and I, we prefer to live a very simple life. So we both prefer to work part-time if we can and just really take care of our bare necessities, and just a little bit more, you know, for fun and whatnot. But it helps us to keep our life simple, be able to spend more time together, spend time with my dog and with our family, and just spend time on the things that we enjoy. And because I am trying to phase out of working for someone else so that I can just be my own boss, we have chosen to keep our work life simple and work a limited amount of hours. And because of that, we have really just the bare necessities. So in the meantime, while I've been kind of looking for something that's a little part-time, that I can make a little extra money so that I can support my business and support, you know, just my life, and my husband, with my husband. So I do have a bit of another announcement. I did get a job, and my official start date was today, and this is Monday, April 25th. So my official start date was today, and you guys, you're not gonna believe it. I went to another dental office. I wanted to be done with dentistry, but in a way I sort of did. It was kind of the death of a career because I have been working as an oral surgery assistant for the last 4 years, and I quit oral surgery, and now I'm just working in general dentistry, which is very new for me. It's very different, and it's going to be sort of, I view it as sort of a step sideways, but it is going to be like a giant learning curve for me because those two practices are completely different. So it's going to be a challenge, but I'm actually looking forward to a challenge. And what I'm really looking for is capital so that I can start my business. That means, you know, some coin, some money, girl, some money. So, you know, because starting a business, you need investments, you know, and I know people are probably like, why didn't you think of that? Why didn't you save for that? Like, why didn't you, you know, whatever. But I was in a very stressful situation with my old job. It was very, 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 very stressful and intense. And I just had to separate from that job without having another job lined up. So it's just how the situation worked out. And as I mentioned, we live a very simple life. We have very limited savings because we just don't make a lot of extra. And I mean, that's by design, and we had to make our peace with that if we wanted to live the simple lifestyle that we do and not work. And it helps us to stay sane just because, you know, the personalities that we have, we just really value our free time and our time to create more than we value money. But it is, like social media, a very necessary evil at first, at least, to be able to start a business. So that's where I'm at. I got a new job and I started it, and it's been very nice. I really love it. The culture is completely polar opposite from the place that I used to work at. So that's been a really beautiful delight, and I'm loving it. So in the interim of that time, I have made several lists and kind of put things in my cart, so to speak, and just a figure of speech, for what I'm going to be doing for the business as soon as I do get those funds that I can devote to my business. So what I have decided to do is get on Ribbler, because I told you guys in my January video, and my January video, or maybe it was even February, I don't know, I'm really bad with the time thing. I wanted to release a pattern. I wanted to publish at least one pattern this year, but maybe more. And I am working on that pattern. It's not this sweater right here, but it is something else, and it's kind of small, but it's something that you have seen before. And it was a little pink hat that I made towards the end of last year, and I'm having to make it up again because my sister actually has that hat and I really miss it and I really want it, but I decided I'm gonna make it again. So that brings me to just a couple of new acquisitions that I've gotten. We're gonna pause on this project for now, excuse me. But yes, so I talked about this yarn. It's Fresh Haven from Yarn Bee, and it is 100% lyocell. See that? It's not focusing. I can read that. I don't know why it won't focus. Sorry. But it's 100% lyocell. It is 100 grams, 180 yards, 165 meters, and 3.5 ounces. And it calls for an eye crochet hook. And this yarn is lyocell, which I don't know if you guys know, but it's 100% fiber from bamboo, and it's wonderful. And the reason why I decided to pick up this yarn is because I wanted to make my hat in a pattern, and I wanted to make my hat in a yarn that has optimal drape, that has beautiful shine, that's a little bit luxurious feeling and looking, and that is sustainable. We just had Earth Day on April 22nd of this year, just a few days ago, and it really got me thinking about how I can be a little bit more sustainable going forward as a creator, as well as just a consumer in today's modern world. And so I decided to try and use more plant-based fibers so that I can have a little bit better of a carbon footprint. That's not to say that going forward I won't use animal fibers or even like acrylics, because I definitely will. But this is the moment that I want to take to be conscious about what I am doing as an individual on this planet to help it to thrive and to be its best that it can be. So this is so far how far I've gotten on the hat, and I am basing it off of the original pattern that I made. I didn't write the pattern down at the time, but I am working on it to create the same or similar look, get it as close as I possibly can, because I really like that hat. And this is just gonna be so beautiful. So when I finish it, I'm gonna have that pattern posted on Ribbler for you guys, and it's going to be a very affordable pattern. It's not going to be much at all because it's a very simple make, but they're really beautiful and I love it. And it's going to be the first pattern that I am of course going to release, but I'm also going to put on my website when I get a website. So that website is going to be my next order of business. But until then, any pattern that I release is going to be available on Ribbler, potentially on Ravelry. I have yet to look into Ravelry to see what are the specifications, you know, to what you'd have to do to get your pattern to put on Ravelry. I have decided that I am not going to get an Etsy shop for now. I'm just not a fan of using Etsy at this moment. And what I have learned about Etsy is that there are millions of handmade businesses on that platform, and I don't want to have to navigate that right now. So I'm not going to. Eventually, if the need rises for it, then I will, but until then I'm going to be using Ribbler and Ravelry, and I'm going to build a website, and that website is also going to have people can access my patterns as well as anything else that I have on there. Okay. The next yarn that I got is called Bee-Baboo-tiful. Looks like this. And this is a yarn that is 50% cotton and 50% viscose from bamboo. So again, another very sustainable yarn, a plant-based yarn, a yarn that is good for our planet and good for our pockets and just good in general for us. So I love this yarn, and this is in the color, oh I didn't mention, this Fresh Haven yarn is in the color pink. And then this yarn is in the color rose. So I decided I'm going to get these two yarns and I'm going to crochet up the pattern, and then I'm going to figure out which one I like the best, and then, you know, recommend that, as well as find other sustainable alternatives. But specifically speaking, this crochet pattern is designed to work with plant-based fibers, that being cotton, bamboo, viscose, acetate, tencel. Wait, acetate, yes, I believe is a plant-based. Linen, any of those fabrics will be great for this pattern because it's meant to have some drape to it. It's meant to have a little natural shine. It's meant to be something that you can use and that's well loved and that can just travel with you everywhere. So I hope you guys like the pattern so far, and I can't wait to finish it and put it on the website so that it's available for you guys. But ultimately it's going to be on Ribbler. If you guys have not had a chance to check out Ribbler, please do. It is the future for pattern making. So I'm really excited, and it makes it very intuitive for anybody to use. If I can make a pattern using Ribbler, you can too. Okay, so I'm really excited to release that for you guys. So those are two of the new things that I got. And then one of the other things I got, I don't know if I showed this to you guys, but if I have, then just omit this. But I got this crochet magazine. It's entitled Quick One Skein Crochet, and just flipping through it, it has a few patterns, just some ideas. I love to get things that help me to gather ideas and just have a nice repertoire of design elements in my little crochet library there. So I got that, and I think I got it from, it's probably Michael's. I mean, that's the only place I can think of that I would get it from. So I think I got it from Michael's. And so yeah, so that is awesome. Another thing, you guys, that has been happening is that I was asked by my local yarn store, my little yarn shop downtown, if I would teach crocheting to, you know, those in the valley, the Shenandoah Valley, which is where I live. And I totally said yes. So I found a bunch of patterns that are gonna be adventurous, beginner friendly. These are people who have created like a washcloth or a scarf or something like that and are now interested in doing something else. So I chose this really beautiful granny stripe cardigan that was available for free on the, it's either Lion Brand website, but I believe it's actually Premier Yarn's website. And it's really cute. It's this little summer kimono that you can make, and you can use cotton yarn, anything like that to make it. And so I'm really excited to do that. She has not posted that class yet. She has another class going on right now, but when that class is posted on the website, then it's going to be available. So if anybody here is living in the Shenandoah Valley, let me know, because I will give you all the details on that. So yeah, what else has been happening? Oh, I have a really good friend. She's on Instagram. Her name is Carmen, and she is also launching a handmade business right now. And I just wanted to feature her, you know, a little shout out, a little shameless plug, because she's just really great and she's very creative, and I wanted to share it with you. So her company is called Illuminated by Sea. You can see that. And she sells soy candles, and they are so beautiful, you guys, and they smell so good. So this is the packaging that she sent. I don't know if you can see it here, but they're the candles. They're these little heart-shaped candles, look like this. And she has all different kinds. These are just like a sample that she sent me. But there's like a lavender scent, and I believe this one is rose. That's what it smells like. Gosh, that smells so good. Look at that. That is so beautiful. Just surprised me with it in the mail, and it's just, her packaging is just to die for. I love it. And this one I know is lavender. See that? They smell so good. So when she finally launches them, because she has yet to do so, but you can find her on Illuminated by Sea. I think it's just Illuminated. I will put her Instagram in the description box as well, so that you can go to it and support her handmade business. But when she finally drops them, I'm going to get the full size of all of it, every single one, because oops, she is amazing. She also has a charcuterie board business, so if you live in North Carolina, specifically in the Triad area, then you can support her homemade charcuterie boards. She has boards as well as like just the board itself that you can have, but she also has she platters it up with all like different kinds of sausages and pastrami and cheeses and jams and croissants. So yeah, you can support her handmade business. She's a wonderful entrepreneur. I think she's awesome, and I can't wait for her business to take off. So, you know, I got some friends, you know, in the handmade business game as well, and I'm just really enjoying that. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I have been working on for my business. Some elements that I have seen in other people's businesses that I definitely want to incorporate in my business are clothing tags, because my idea for my business is to do 3 custom items a month, with a person giving me a month to fulfill that order, as well as creating crochet patterns that people can, you know, of course, buy and duplicate a pattern for themselves, and even potentially use it in their own shops, you know, if they want to create something and sell it based off of a pattern that I made. So I definitely want to do those 2 things. So I need to have clothing tags for the things that I do make and give to people as like custom orders, as well as business cards. I have all these cute little elements that I want to do. So of course I'm going to take you guys along on the journey of what I am doing to build up my business and all the little elegant touches that are just me. So I can't wait to show you guys that. And I'm trying to think, is there anything else I want to talk to you about right now? I don't think so. So that's pretty much it for today, you guys. I do have a couple of other patterns that I'm working on right now. I'm not going to discuss all of the details because I definitely just want to, I don't want to talk about it, I want to be about it, you know? Like I just want to create it and I want to show it to you, as opposed to just talking about it. Because for me, sometimes just discussing something is like enough for me to not like follow through with the idea that I had, because now I'm just on to the next idea. I don't know if any of you know about Myers-Briggs personality testing, or like the 16 personalities, but I don't know if I've mentioned this on my channel, but if you are into that or interested in it or anything like that, I am an ENFP, which is called the campaigner or the encourager, the champion, it can be called, and that personality type is very idea oriented. So sometimes I can get stuck in like my brain just like firing off ideas as opposed to like actually executing those ideas. So sometimes I really struggle, especially with a project like this that's very like a long-term project, or that is very monotonous, or it's a lot of the same thing. So definitely moving forward, I'm going to be having a little bit more challenges, more color work and things like that. But as I mentioned, with garment making, this is something relatively new to me, so I'm still trying to slowly learn all the elements that work well in a garment, and creating a fit that I love and all of that. So I can't wait to model this for you. I can't wait to name it. I think I've already named it. I think I came up with the name that I want to keep for it, as well as the one for my hat, but I have yet to talk about it, and I'm not going to talk about it until I release it. I also actually did create something that I want to release as a pattern. I have yet to write up the pattern for it. I'm going to create another alternative to what I made, because I made it in a worsted weight yarn, or actually I think it's actually a bulky or a chunky, I don't know which one is a 5. It's that one. I made it in a 5 weight yarn, and I need to make it in a DK weight. But once I do that, I'll have those two options for you, and it's gonna be brilliant. You're gonna love it. It is more of a fall pattern to me, a fall spring pattern, like winter going into spring pattern. So that's why I'm not going to release it now. It's going to be something that I'm going to release toward the fall, and that's going to give me more time to create a beautiful pattern for you guys. But I really love it, and I cannot wait to show it to you guys, share it with you and show it to you. And that's going to be another thing that's available on Ribbler. So that is pretty much it, you guys. Like I said, I'm an ENFP. Feel free to look that up, so it might make you understand why I'm a little bit sporadic. But I do want to be a little bit more consistent with my videos, because this year I really want to dedicate toward my crochet business. So I want to spend a lot more time making videos and editing them and uploading them, so I can grow my channel and grow the awareness about, you know, heritage and home. So if you know anybody who is interested in crocheting or who loves to crochet, please share my channel with them, get that awareness out. And like I said, I'm going to drop my Instagram down there so that you guys can follow it if you have an Instagram, and then support me there. And yeah, I'm thinking about, my husband keeps telling me that I need to get a Twitch account. I never really heard about Twitch or know what it is, but if any of you know what Twitch is, let me know in the comments and I will consider going on there. He said something about live videos. I don't know about that, but we'll see. So yeah, I want to dedicate this year to grow my channel, so we'll see what I do. So yeah, that is it, and that's all I'm going to share with you guys for today. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Love you guys.